Lecture notes on Qbasic programming language CSC112. Learning objectives. At the end of flipping this lecture on CSC112, the student should be able to 1. Define programming. 2. State the full meaning of Qbasic. 3. State the advantages and disadvantages of Qbasic. 4. List basic character sets, Qbasic statements and arithmetic operators. 5. Write Qbasic notations for arithmetic expressions. 6. Outline programming tools. 7. Define algorithm, flowchart and pseudocode. 8. State flowcharting symbols and their functions. 9. Draw a flowchart, design a pseudocode and prepare an algorithm. 10. List Qbasic data types. 11. List Qbasic control structures and their examples. 12. Explain subroutines and procedures. 13. Give examples of subroutine and procedures. 14. State advantages and disadvantages of subroutine. 15. Explain array and write simple Qbasic program. Instructions. 1. You are expected to flip this lecture section by section. 2. Answer the questions that follow each section. 3. Submit your assignment to your lecturer. 4. Feel free to ask your lecturer questions if there is any. Section A. What is programming and full meaning of Qbasic? Programming is a process of solving a problem with a computer. Qbasic means quick beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code. Qbasic is a high-level programming language, one of the earliest and easiest high-level programming languages. It was developed by George Kemeny and Thomas Eugene Coase in 1960. Types of basic programming language. 1. Qbasic programming language. 2. Turbo Basic programming language. 3. Visual Basic programming language. 4. GW Basic programming language. 5. Basica programming language. Advantages and disadvantages of Qbasic programming language. Advantages. 1. The language is relatively easy to use. 2. It can accept more than one statement in a line. 3. It uses direct mathematical functions of computations. 4. Most of Qbasic language files are always small. Disadvantages. Many instructions are required to accomplish a task. 2. The statement line numbers used in some type of BASIC is considered to constitute a waste of memory space. 3. Most of BASIC are not text editors. Question. Kindly answer the following questions as displayed on the screen and submit to your lecturer. Section B. Qbasic character sets. There are 3 types of character sets in Qbasic. There are alphabetic character sets, alphabets in the range A to Z, both uppercase and lowercase. Numeric character sets. There are numbers ranging 0 to 9. Special characters. These include inverted commas, plus, minus, less than, greater than, equal to, and, etc. Qbasic statement. A basic statement is a complete defined basic instruction. The basic statement, among others, are let statements, read statements, input statements, data statement, print statement, remark statement, and end statement. 3. Let statement. The let statement is used to assign a numerical or string value to a variable. A let statement is composed of a statement number followed by a keyword let, followed by an assignment operator and expression that resembles a mathematical equation. The example of let statement is 10 let A equal to 5. 10 let A bracket A plus B divided by bracket F plus A. 3. Input statement. Input statement is used to enter numerical or string data into the computer memory during program execution. When an input statement is encountered during program execution, a question mark is printed on the console indicating a request for data. Examples of input statement: 1. 10 input variable A, B, C. 10 input variable name N, name, age, F5. 3. Read statement. Read statement specifies the variables whose values are to be entered into the computer. This statement consists of a statement number followed by the keyword read, followed by a list of input variables. Examples of read statements: read variable A, B, C. Read A ampersand X. Data statement. Data statement assigns appropriate values to the variables listed in the read statement. The data statement comprises a statement number followed by the keyword data followed by a set of numbers or strings separated by comma. Examples of data statements: 10. Read variable A, B, C, D. 20. Data 10, 20, 30, 40. Print statement. The print statement is used to transmit numerical or string output data from the computer. The output statements consist of a statement number, keyword print, and a list of output items. Example of print statement: 10. Print average equal to, enclosed with inverted commas. Print 20. Print your score is, enclosed with inverted commas. Remark statement. The remark statement indicates what the program wants to do. It consists of a statement number followed by the keyword rem and a textual message. Rem statements do not provide any executable instruction for the computer. Example of rem statements: 10. Rem, a program to sum two positive numbers. End statement. The end statement indicates the end of a Qbasic program. The statement consists of a statement number followed by the keyword end. Example of end statement: 90. End. Rules for writing a Qbasic statement: 1. A statement may start with a positive number called a line number. 2. Each statement must start with a Qbasic keyword. 3. A valid Qbasic statement must not end with a full stop except rem or string data statement. 4. Basic statement does not allow multiple statements such as A equal to B equal to C equal to 3. 5. The expression and variables that make up a statement must be valid. 6. The total number of characters in a statement line must not exceed 255. 7. Basic statements should not be written in lowercase. Question. Kindly answer the following questions as displayed on the screen and submit to your lecturer. Section C. Qbasic operators. Qbasic operators are symbols used in carrying out operations in any program in Qbasic programming language. Qbasic operators include arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, and string operators. Arithmetic operators. The arithmetic operators indicate which arithmetic operations are to be carried out on the numbers in the arithmetic expressions. The arithmetic operators are addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and exponentiation. Relational operators. Relational operators generate logical results. The relational operators are equal to, example A equal to B, less than, example A less than B, greater than, example A greater than B, less than or equal to. Example A, greater less than or equal to B. Greater than or equal to. Example A, greater than or equal to B. Not equal to. Example A, not equal to B. Logical operators. A logical operator generates a logical result from comparison of two logical expressions. These operators include AND operator, OR operator, NOT operator. AND result is true if both expressions are true. OR result is true if either expression is true. NOT changes true value of an expression to the opposite. String operator. The string operator generates character result. It simply joins two or more character strings into a single character string. The operator is denoted by an addition sign. Example of string operator: print, thank, double quotation mark, open and close, plus you, double quotation mark, open and close, will display thank you. Qbasic arithmetic expressions. In transforming arithmetic expression to Qbasic expression, we do the following. Write each letter in the expression in uppercase letter. Convert each arithmetic operator to an equivalent Qbasic operator. Use parentheses to separate one expression from another one. The following are examples of Qbasic arithmetic expressions. Question. Kindly answer the following questions as displayed on the screen and submit to your lecturer. Section D. Computer programming tools. Developing a workable computer program requires the following programming tools: algorithms, flowcharting, pseudocode. Algorithm. Algorithm is a set of well-defined logical steps by which a problem can be solved in a finite number of operations. In other words, it is logical steps leading to a solution of a given problem. Characteristics of algorithm. 1. An algorithm must have a finite set or sequence of actions. 2. The sequence of action in an algorithm must have an initial action. 3. There must always be a unique successor to each action in the sequence consisting of an algorithm. 4. There is always the need to have the algorithm defined on a general basis rather than on a specific problem solution. Displayed on the screen is an example of an algorithm. Another example of an algorithm. Flow charting. A flowchart is a diagrammatic representation that illustrates the sequence of operations to be performed to get the solution of a problem. Types of flowcharts. 1. Document flowchart, showing a document flow through system. 2. Data flowcharts, showing data flow in a system. 3. System flowcharts, showing controls at a physical or resource level. 4. Program flowcharts, showing the controls in a program within a system. Displayed on the screen are the flowcharting symbols and their functions. The following are examples on how to draw a flowchart to solve a problem. Advantages and disadvantages of flowcharting. Advantages: 1. Effective communication. 2. Effective analysis. 3. Proper documentation. 4. Efficient coding. 5. Proper debugging. 6. Efficient program maintenance. Disadvantages: 1. Logic is quite complicated. 2. Alterations and modifications require redrawing of flowcharts. 3. Problem of reproducing flowchart. 4. Essentials of what is done can easily be lost in the technical details. Pseudocode. Pseudocode is a detailed yet readable description of what a computer program or algorithm must do, expressed in a formally styled natural language rather than in a programming language. Example of pseudocode: 1. Input number 1. 2. Input number 2. 3. Number 3 equal to number 1 plus number 2. 4. Print number 3. 5. Stop. Qbasic data types. The types of Qbasic data types are string data type, integer data type, long integer data type, single precision floating point numeric, double precision floating point numeric. String data type. This is a sequence of characters, that is, letters, numbers, and certain special characters such as plus, minus, multiplication, etc., which may be up to 32,767. It is enclosed with double quotation mark. For example, I love Nigeria, Uche Williams, number 1 A CSC112 Street, Onui. Integer data type. These are the whole numbers with values ranging from minus 32,767 to 32,767. Long integer data type. This is also a whole number that provided for storing of greater range of numbers than the integer. It ranges from minus 2 billion 147,483,647 to 2,147,483,647. Single precision floating point numeric. There are real numbers with decimal places ranging from 70 exponentiation 38 to 70e plus exponentiation 38. Double precision floating point numeric. These are real numbers that are accurate to 15 decimal places or fractional parts ranging from 1.80d plus 38 to 1.80d minus 38. Basic control structure. One of the basic control structure is looping. A loop enables the repetition of some statements or group of statements. There are 3 repetition constructs. 1. For next structure. 2. While-when structure. 3. Do-loop structure. Syntax for next structure is as follows. Displayed on the screen is an example of for next structure. Displayed on the screen is an example of nesting of the for next structure. On the screen is the syntax and the example for while-when structure. On the screen also is the syntax and example for do-loop structure. Subroutines and procedures. Subroutines are program segments created to perform a specific task and can be used at different places within a program, while procedure is similar to that of subroutine, but the method of defining a procedure is quite different. The creation of subroutine is possible by the use of the sub and return statements. Advantages of subroutines. Subroutine can be used anywhere in a program. Subroutine is written to perform a specific task. The debugging is very easy. The documentation of a large program is simplified. Altering parts of a program will be confined, inserting, deleting, or amending subroutine. Displayed on the screen are examples of subroutine and procedure. Question. Kindly answer the following questions as displayed on the screen and submit to your lecturer. Section E. Array. An array is used to store collection of values under a single name. and the values stored in an array are referred to simply by specifying their positions in the array. The term array is also known as table. Types of array: 1. One-dimensional arrays. 2. Two-dimensional arrays. 3. Beyond two-dimensional arrays. One-dimensional array. A one-dimensional array or list is an ordered collection of items in the sense that there is first item, a second item, and so on. For example, if you took 5 quizzes during a semester and received grades of 71, 83, 96, 77, and 92, you have a list in which the first grade is 71, the second is 83, and so forth. These values can be stored in the computer using array as shown in table below. The name of the array appears to the left, that is G. The subscripts are above each entry, and the entries are inside, just below their subscripts. Displayed on the screen is an example of how to use one-dimensional array in Qbasic program. Two-dimensional array. A two-dimensional array or table is formed by placing one-dimensional array in rows and allowing the respective sets of each one-dimensional table to form columns. The table below shows 5 one-dimensional arrays in rows. Each one-dimensional array has 8 cells, thus forming a two-dimensional array with 8 columns. A two-dimensional array or table is given a name in the same way as a one-dimensional array is named. Each row and column is given subscripts to denote the unique position of a cell. Displayed on the screen is an example of two-dimensional array and beyond two-dimensional array. Section F. In this section are examples of simple Qbasic programs. Take time and flick through all of them.